I predict in 5 years, Endrick will join Augsburg on loan from Braga. The guy who's studied football for the past 100 years, Endrick is clearly a mastermind in football. So maybe he's playing 4D chess here with his move to Braga and loan to Augsburg so that he can drag Augsburg to the Champions League final and win it with them and win the Ballon d'Or. 4D chess and all that. I've spent the last 5 months going back in time. Unearthing football predictions from the deepest, darkest pits of the internet. And the results were shocking. Some of the best being Nostradamus level predictions. Whilst I've been reacting to all of these predictions from the past on the internet, this week I've decided to bring together all of the predictions that you guys have been making on my videos to see who's got the best ball knowledge and which one of these are going to age well and which one of these are going to age really stinkily. So let's get into this. I've got Solanke getting golden boot after coming third in the league below West Ham. Liverpool will win the league next season and Brentford are underdogs. So let me break this down. He's got Liverpool winning the league, West Ham in second and Spurs in third with Solanke winning golden boot. Now that is an outlandish prediction. A lot of people poo-pooed on Solanke's transfer to Spurs. I think it's a good move. I think 60 mil is a lot of money, but I think he's got a lot more longevity than a Tony transfer. Obviously Tony went to Saudi in the end, but it does beg the question, are they going to perform? They didn't really turn up in the North London derby yesterday. It was a very Spursy performance, but I do believe Ange has a backbone. And when he says we are going to win trophies, because he is a certified winner, I actually do believe him. I know it's Spurs, but he could technically just put all his eggs in one basket this season and try and go for the Europa League, which I think they just never bother with cup competitions in the past. It must be so annoying for Spurs fans, but I think they should go for it. In terms of Solanke winning the Golden Boot this season, that is a bold prediction considering Haaland's already 9 up in 4 games. Let me make a guess for the future. 2026, Bellingham, I think he means, will win the Ballon d'Or, so 2 years' time. So not this year, missing out, but 2025, Mbappe will win the Ballon d'Or. I'm pretty sure it's like a 3-horse race this season for 2025. I don't think Mbappe's in it, so he might have misjudged that one. Bellingham win it in 2026. Yeah, I mean, if he spins those around, Bellingham has a better chance of winning them this year. Mbappe the season after. Do I think Bellingham's going to win it? I mean, it would be cool to see an Englishman win the Ballon d'Or like the first time since Michael Owen 20 years ago. Do I think he will win it? He's so clutch, but to be honest, the best player in the world has been probably Vinicius. I mean, if Rodri wins a Ballon d'Or from 6, game's gone, mate, game's gone. My predictions, before 2030, Antony and Mudryk will have won their first Ballon d'Ors. I love how we're in this new banter period in football where in the past it was like Ryan Giggs and Zanetti being too old, Zlatan being the almighty dictator of Sweden.
Heskey!
We're in the new era now. Antony and Mudryk have officially taken the meme crowns. Do I see Antony and Mudryk winning the Ballon d'Ors? No, absolutely not. Lesotho will win the 2030 World Cup. Who's that? I predict that Erik ten Hag will rebuild Man United in the next 2 years and make them a Champions League and Premier League contender like Arteta did with Arsenal. I'm not too clued up on Ten Hag, but I can't really see what his goal is with United at the moment. There's no themes to his play. So a lot of people back him, but I can't see it at the moment. But a lot of people didn't see it with Arteta, and look where that's ended up. City will win a 5th Premier League in a row. It's looking pretty likely this season, to be honest. Company will do wonders with Bayern and shush his haters. I'm all ears to see if this works out with Company. He is a student of Pep, so it should work out. Xabi Alonso will join Madrid in 2026. Alonso really wants to hammer home the fact that he can make something from nothing. We need more of that in the game. A lot of people tend to just go to the big clubs, so they have the utensils to do greatness. But what I love with Alonso is that he's turned down these offers from like Liverpool and Real Madrid already and Bayern, and he's doing it with Leverkusen, which I absolutely love, and I would really love to see them do it again this season. Barca will have a terrible 24-25 campaign and will consider sacking Flick. I think Barca's started pretty well under Flick. Like, the last few games they've been banging home like 6, which is mad for them. Almost hit the ground running. Arsenal will not win a Prem in the next 2 years. Let's get this straight. City look like they're about to run off into the sunset with their 5th in a row. They've called the Premier League a farmers league, but at the same time, what if that little twist in the tail? Today they're in court over the 130 charges. No, it's not 115, it's actually 130. What if they get relegated? Nah, it won't happen. It's going to be like a slap on the wrist for them. But what if they get relegated? Arsenal fans will be licking their lips. It would be so funny if they ended up bottling it this season. My totally non-biased prediction for the next 5 years. City this season, Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Just wanting to release some copium. I think Chelsea have a good chance. Maybe not next season, because Arsenal and City will still be strong next season. Oh, and Liverpool. You know, I could see Cole Palmer lifting that Premier League trophy and the Champions League in the same season. And the Ballon d'Or.
Thank you, no.
I predict that Haaland will get more than 600 goals. If you've seen his predicted chart, he is absolutely blowing Shearer, Rooney, all of them, man, out the water. Expected goals for this season is, what, he's 9 in 4? That means he's looking for 90 goals in a 38-game season. But I think he does mean in his career. 600 goals for him. That's a no-brainer. I swear he's on like 200 already. Newcastle to do the treble this season. Trust me, bro. Yeah, I know with sarcastic in his name, I feel like this is a bit of sarcasm. But they look all right. They look like since they've got all their players back from last season, they're going to contend this season. Man City will win the Champions League and maybe even another treble 1 or 2 seasons after Pep leaves. That is bold. Who replaces Pep at City next season? No one's actually got that far. I think we're assuming he's going to leave at the end of this season, but who replaces him? In terms of winning a treble 1 or 2 seasons after he leaves, absolutely not. I'll eat my own socks. I'll come back to this in 2 years and eat my socks. No, actually, let's do something funny. I will get a tattoo of Pep. How about that? I'll get a Pep tattoo if 1 or 2 seasons after Pep leaves this season, they win a treble. I'll get a Pep tattoo. Let's come back to this. One thing is clear, Lamine Yamal will win 3 to 5 Ballon d'Ors, or he'll ruin his own career with an injury in the next 4 years. Yeah, I think that is clear. Lamine Yamal and Estavo are going to be the future contenders. Like, they are 18 next season. Estavo will be at Chelsea. Yamal will be at Barca. Maybe a little European night in the Champions League next season, which might spark this rivalry next season. Ooh. But yeah, Lamine Yamal to win the Ballon d'Or, absolutely. The kid is just... Turkey might win a Euros or something in the future. They've got great young talents. Turkey, the dark horses of the Euros and the World Cup. Remember this, after Real Madrid, Mbappe will go to Manchester United. Now, why would he do that? I predict in 5 years, Endrick will join Augsburg on loan from Braga. The guy who's studied football for the past 100 years, Endrick is clearly a mastermind in football. So maybe he's playing 4D chess here with his move to Braga and loan to Augsburg so that he can drag Augsburg to the Champions League final and win it with them and win the Ballon d'Or. 4D chess and all that, you know? I think Rodrigo will break the transfer record and he will leave to a team like AC Milan. Imagine him being on the wing with Lau. You know what? That is an actually appropriate, bold prediction that I'm willing to actually consider. I think Rodrigo is a hell of a player. Bengali warrior. I feel like it's getting a little bit too crowded in that Real Madrid team, and look, he can stay and win. He's already won 2 Champions Leagues or whatever it is. Why doesn't he make a move and be a star man somewhere else, potentially breaking that transfer record? Liverpool, Arsenal, could happen, maybe Manchester City even, after Grealish leaves next season or the next. As much as I think an AC Milan move is so cool for so many players, I don't know if breaking the transfer record is on their books, quite literally. Ollie Watkins will play for Melbourne Victory in 10 years time. Is this guy getting that this is bold because he'll be 38 in 10 years time? So will he still be playing? Is that what's bold about this prediction? France will fall off heavily and England will start to pick up steam. Brazil will be knocked out in the round of 16 at the 2026 World Cup. A lot of people that I've come across think that France and England will be the finalists of the 2026 World Cup. I mean, they do have the most ridiculously saturated, skillful squad in the world of football. Brazil will be knocked out at the round of 16. Will they even get there? Brazil look awful at the moment in international football. Even international heroes like Ronaldinho and Neymar, they don't even want to watch Brazil anymore. They're that in the pits. With Richarlison up front, Brazilian football is struggling. Mark my words, a 24-year-old Danish right wing called Andreas Skov Olsen will break through star in the Belgian league this season and prove his worth. He'll sign for Atletico Madrid, score goals for fun, and in the 26-27 season will be a contender for the Ballon d'Or, guiding Atletico to the Champions League final. But falling off short to Hoffenheim, and he'll be the league's top assister. That is a very, very specific prediction you've got there. Do we have to look up Andreas Skov Olsen or something? Olsen, Danish footballer. He currently plays for, what is that, Club Bruges? Yeah, he currently plays for Club Bruges. He is 24 years old. So he's not that young, but, you know, he's been linked to Arsenal. So, I mean, if he's got links to Arsenal, he must be a pretty good winger. But this guy predicts he's going to go to Atletico and absolutely tear it up. If we come back to this in 2 years' time, in the 26-27 season, mate, we'll fly over to England and I'll buy you a pint. Wirtz to Liverpool breaks the transfer fee. Now, this might be the most likely one I've seen. Wirtz has another season, killer season at Leverkusen. Liverpool need that kind of attacking mid to like perfect that midfield. Maybe when Salah leaves at the end of this season, Xabi Alonso decides that he wants to leave Leverkusen at the end of this season. Liverpool decide, let's break the bank, let's challenge for the title next season, and Wirtz to Liverpool comes true. At the start of this year, before he'd even done what he did this season with the Invincibles and scoring and assisting so many, Liverpool offered 90 million. So I have no doubt in my mind that at the end of this season, a 200 million mark will be reached. This kind of makes sense. Depends what his contract's saying, but I would say this is the most likely one I've seen so far.
Well, why are you laughing for? Chris, why are you laughing for?
Thank you so much for watching. There are plenty more predictions I can get into in these videos. So let me know in the comments if you're enjoying this series. And if you enjoy them, I'm going to keep making them. Peace.